Hello everyone, my name is Lebachang Steven Sopazi, and for today's lesson I'm just going to take you through the basic principles of motion programming. Ladies and gentlemen, let us go through the basic principles of motion programming and robotics programming. And the following are the topics that we'll be touching on for the duration of this presentation. One thing that we should keep in mind as we start with the programming of the robotics arm is that the arm has its own built-in brain. And what does that mean is that if you wanted to move from point A to point B, or rather from, let's say in this case, from P1 to P2, what the brain does is that it calculates the fastest path between the respective points. And the fastest path is not usually the shortest. And in this case, is indicated by a diagram from P1 to P2. The fastest path would be, or the shortest, would be a straight line. But the fastest would be that shape that's indicated in the diagram. And this is also another possible scenario or possible route that the arm might take between two possible paths or points rather. And also this on the left is also just to add on what we are talking about between point A and point B, and also the arm might obviously use its own the built-in brain to actually determine the fastest path. And the diagram that's on the right is indicating of that possible fastest route that the arm might take. And the reason behind that is that the arm has different point of axis, and those different point of axis. So the aim behind using the fastest path is to try and use as little as possible machine power. So hence it tend to take the fastest. Right? So one would want to ask, so what's the point behind all of this? I mean, if I'm programming or I'm telling the arm to move from point A to point B, and the arm decides to move from A to B to C and then to D before getting to the point that I wanted it to. What is the whole point behind this? And that's where we actually talk about the input and the output. And in the screen right here, as you can see, so this would be a basic program in terms of how the arm would move. And in this case, the robot would move at 100% velocity. And also we have your input, which is through the use of array, under tool, and also the base. So the base would obviously be the base of the arm, and then the tool would be the last part of the arm, rather the axis. And as you also can see that we use a concept called threading here in this case. So there's something called on line 12, line 14, line 18, as well as line 22. We have wait time, which is equivalent in all of them 3.05 seconds, meaning that it should execute. For example, when you start the code, we start from line 10, which is where the loop starts, and then it goes to line 11, which moves at 100% velocity. And those two, the tool and the base, would be the point of axis. And then it waits again and then executes the next instruction, so that it doesn't have to use the built-in brain. And one thing that I should always stress when it comes to the Kuka arm is the fact that the Kuka arm has limited functionalities. Some things you might not be able to do, but as we all know, as a programmer, you need to find a way around any solution. Thank you.